no here. Let's get into it. Terrence Crawford versus Madrimov. My prediction, my breakdown. First of all, before we get to that, let's get to Calderon. You know I make my prediction videos after the weigh-in. I want to see who struggled to make weight. I want to see what it looked like when they made weight. Terrence Crawford did not struggle to make weight. He's on weight. He's going to be bigger than this guy. And he might stop this guy. But we'll get into that a little later and give you details and clues as to why I came to this estimation. Now, let's once again take a look at a situation that has developed only in everybody else's minds. You know what I mean? Everyone seems to believe Terrence Crawford is this weak little guy. Even though he stopped everybody at welterweight. Guys who have never been stopped before in their life, never been dropped before in their life, ran into Terrence Bud Crawford and was humbled. And y'all said, oh, those were bums. Then he fought Errol Spence, and you saw what happened with Errol Spence, right? He made it look effortless. And he dropped him just like he dropped those other guys y'all talked about, right? Matter of fact, Errol looked worse. Now, he's moving up to 154 to challenge for the belt. At 154. And he's going to show you skills pays the bills. Now, when you go into a situation where these people are very relentless, they're hungry, they're determined, they got all of these things going for them, right? No one wants to be deterred or put on a back pedal to anybody. Now, you got the guy Aesop, which is Isaac Cruz. Isaac Cruz, in Spanish it's called Aesop, but we call it Isaac. But Aesop Cruz is going up against Calderon. Now, Calderon is a great counterpuncher and is a slick boxer and is very skilled at his position. He has deceptive power because he knows how to throw shots you don't see coming. He leads you into traps, and he's a very skilled, slick boxer. This is the toughest fight for Aesop Cruz that he's been in. Stylistically, this is a nightmare for him. But now, will his power dictates? And I think he gets a decision, but it's going to be a close call. Might be a split decision. But I think he wins by decision. 12-round split decision. Or majority decision. It's going to be a close fight. Because Aesop Cruz don't jab. And this guy here jabs and he sets you up. And he can see those telegraph shots coming a mile away. Will he have the power to hurt Cruz and put him down? I don't think so. But he has enough to win rounds. But can he deal with Cruz's power? That's going to be the test. But I think Cruz win by decision, by majority decision. Now, Madrimov has power. He has dead stopping power on his jab. Very hard jab, heavy jab. He reminds me of a lot of the Soviet Union fighters. They're very, they're good at going forward. Front to back. They're not good at going side to side. And that's going to be a problem for him when he goes up against Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford's going to feel him out first to see if he's going to go switch. He's going to switch from southpaw to conventional. He's gonna feel the guy out first. The guy's probably been training for him to be southpaw. He might come out conventional, then switch to southpaw. See what the guy has. And if he's strong, he's probably gonna take him about 2-3 rounds to see if he, shoot his load and get his power shots off. And then if he's open, on biting off the feints, Terrence Crawford will start picking him apart. Now, here's the thing: is that Madrimov is going to give up a lot of body shots. You're going to have a large opportunity to land to the body on him. And that's because he's trying to lure you in by putting up the high guard. That's what a lot of European fighters do. They put up a high guard and they want you to come for their body so that they can land their power shots when you come in. Terrence is not going to bite like that. He's not going to bite just because you got the high guard up. Just because you got the high guard up don't mean he won't go for your head. He'll throw a body shot when you're punching. And then he'll start walking you down. And he don't care if you land a punch to get his punch off. He feel he could take it. I mean, this dude got popped in the head. So, he feel invincible. Because in his mind, he ain't even supposed to be here right now. And that taps into a whole different no fear zone. And when you have that no fear in your mind, that's something that is hard for anybody to take against you. Yeah, Bud's gonna tear his body up. Bud goes to the body a lot. And that's gonna be taxing. Now, what's gonna happen in this fight is that Madrimov has never been in a fight where he wasn't the strongest guy. So when he finds out he's not the strongest guy, how is he gonna react to finding out he's not the strongest guy in the ring? That's gonna be the telling factor. That's gonna be the killing point. Right there. It's just like with Errol Spence. When Errol found out he wasn't the strongest guy in the ring, in that second round when he tried to push Terrence and he couldn't, and Terrence pushed him off, and you knew then, and the whole crowd cheered like, whoa, because they knew what I knew. Fight's over. I told my buddy, he was right there with me. I said, oh, it's over. He just found out right now Terrence Crawford is stronger than him. And at that moment in time, he found out Terrence Crawford is stronger than you, boy. And not only is he stronger than you, you're in trouble. Because that was your game plan. You have a plan B. Your plan A was your plan B. And now you stuck. Because this guy is stronger than you. And you can't muscle him around. So now what you gonna do? You got nothing to fall back on. Fate has played a trick on you. And now he see why Al Heyman didn't want him to take the fight. I know they're not going to send out a lot of notifications for this because I don't normally talk about boxing too much on here, but it has to be said, So they'll never say I didn't say it before the fight happened, but anything can happen. This guy could pull out some miracles. He might hit some pop on his hands. This is Terrence's first fight at 154. The guy got heavy hands. You never could tell. Anybody can get caught with a shot, but I don't see this guy having it. He telegraphs a lot of his punches. You see a lot of his punches coming, and he don't mind you seeing it coming. His power. He banks on his power as his ally. And he relies on it, but when he doesn't have that, he's got to fall back on his boxing. And I admit, he's out of all the Russian fighters, he tries to be a little slick. He tries to use a little hand movements, a little side to side, but you're trying to do something. You're adopting something that Terrence Crawford was born in. He was born in this style. You are not going to impress him with anything that you're doing. Like, it's not going to work with you. So if you want to do anything, the best thing to do is to retreat. Now, I have seen a lot of players, not players, but fighters, come up in this game and they come up with all this excuse about, I needed this, or this didn't happen, my training camp was this. But then when they interview you, he's like, oh man, I'm in perfect tip-top shape. I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm ready for the fight. Like, look, don't come up with the excuse after you get your butt whooped. Nobody wants to hear it after that. You told everybody you was in tip-top shape. So I don't want to hear it. Terence Crawford won't lose. Period. Even if he fights Canelo, he will beat Canelo. Terence Crawford will beat Canelo because Canelo's already mentally beaten. Canelo now is fighting for money instead of legacy. So if he fought Terence Crawford, it's because he's avoiding another fight. I mean, this Berlanga fight is a money fight. That's all it's about. He's trying to capitalize on Puerto Rican and Mexico, but it's not the fight that anybody would thought Canelo would be taking at this point, because Berlanga Jr. has done nothing to really earn the Canelo fight, and my family knows him. Let me tell you about his father, Edgar Berlanga Sr. He joined the military with my father. Both of them went to the Marines together. So he knows Edgar Berlanga Jr. So before the fight was announced, I got the message that that's who Canelo was fighting. Before anybody knew, I just couldn't put it out there to the rest of the world that he was fighting Edgar Berlanga Jr. Because I didn't even want to believe it. I'm just like, what? You? What? Alright. That's how I took it. Like, alright, I'll just wait and see. And then sure enough, it came out that that's Canelo's new opponent, Edgar Berlanga Jr. I was like, oh my God. Now it looks like completely he wants nothing to do with Benavidez. My thing is this. If you lose to David Benavidez, so what? He's still Canelo. It ain't gonna mean nothing. Mean that you tried to go after it with this big guy, you accepted the challenge. It'll make no sense. The older you get, the worse it's gonna get. Just go ahead and fight this guy, get it over with, because I think you could beat him. I mean, hell, Caleb Plant won the first 6 rounds against this guy. Now, if Caleb Plant could do that, and you planted Caleb Plant, you should be able to take the fight and move on from there. But I can't make somebody do something they don't want to do. Now, Ruiz versus Big Baby Miller. It depends on which Big Baby Miller comes up to fight. Big Baby Miller is normally a steroid baby. So for him, it's going to be a little bit different. Ruiz has a much of a boxing pedigree, and he's faster with his punches. His punches come out fast. Like when he's in shape and he's ready, they come out in combinations and they come fast. Now, Big Baby Miller could drop him one time, but Ruiz would get up and put something on him. So I see Ruiz wearing him down, and when all them steroids is out of his system, he ain't gonna be able to keep up with Ruiz, and he's gonna be looking like a peppered steak. You know, take Big Baby into them late rounds and get Big Baby ass up out of there. About round 10 or 11, Big Baby ass gonna be out. Big Baby gonna be on them ropes and taking them punishment because he's gonna be too fat, too slow to do anything about it after 3, 4 rounds. That jab is gonna be making him look like a peppered steak. Face gonna be getting all swelled up. I'm telling you, it's on. Now, well, Big Baby Anderson is their guy, but if you put him in there with a like Joshua, Big Baby Anderson going to sleep. It's gonna be Big Baby takes a nap in the park. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, the thing is, Crawford, do I see a stoppage? Yes, because I think Madrimov doesn't know how to survive when he's hurt. I don't think he knows how to survive when he's in trouble. When he's in trouble, I don't see him knowing how to get out of a situation, knowing how to deal with a situation or anything of that magnitude. I see him really having trouble. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I see him really having problems. When you go through these situations and you go like day by day, and every time you go through these situations and you're asking yourself these questions, you need to like tap yourself on the shoulder and say, damn, is this really worth it? Is this what I'm really about? Is this really the situation that I want to be engaged in? Yes, it is. So you need to pay attention because it's coming at you 100 miles an hour. Now, everybody who is anybody gonna tell you a situation that doesn't, fit with your narrative or your storyline. So what you want to do is be able to, change the narrative every time into your advantage. Stick to basketball. Brooklyn Kennedy doesn't know me very well, do they? So you better check my profile. You own the page. You should really check before you start talking. Stick to basketball. So what Crawford's going to do is actually try to hey, what's up, Sporting Page? Ain't nothing like a prize fight. You're right about that. I haven't abandoned the sport if I'm talking about it, Emma. You can go on the Patreon. I'll give you some MLB picks on the Patreon. On McCarthy for Life Patreon. Now, I'm not saying the first 3 rounds. Madrimov might have some rhythm. Crawford is going to keep changing the angles on him because he has better footwork, better foot speed, and he can get to the positions to get his punches off. But Madrimov is he's kind of fast, but he got more power on his shots. So Crawford's going to show him he's the bigger, stronger guy. And I want to see what Madrimov do when he realizes that Crawford is stronger than him. And then we'll see the fight change into the fight that I'm talking about. And when that happens, then you're going to be stuck. People are going to be stuck in the grease. Now, yeah, well, when you look at said scenario, it's a lot of different changes, you know? It's a lot of different scenarios. But Crawford is too skilled. And if you take away plan A and B, he can go to C and D. This guy only knows to fight one way. Crawford will show you who he is. Pick that boy apart, trust me. Yeah, I'm going to tell you on the Patreon. Not going to tell you right now. Alcino got a date night, so. All right, cool. I had to make sure I lock my vehicle up. Talk about SummerSlam. I'm gonna have to watch SummerSlam a little later. That's gonna kick off around 3. So I'm gonna watch some of the matches, and then I gotta go into the Crawford fight. So, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be out and about. Oh yeah, it's gonna be out. I'm gonna be with my fellas. You know, we're gonna be out in the city. Getting it in. No, we're going to see, you know, I already seen Trap, but she don't know that. But I'm going to see Trap again. So, she want to see Trap. It look interesting. Remember I told y'all in the movie review I was going to do. I'm just waiting on her to show up. I'm already here. Okay, y'all the hoodie gang. All right. Well, let me call her, because she ain't here yet. Yeah. No, I don't pick up my day. She drive. I'm gonna pick her up. She got her own car. She better. She driving her ass home right after this. I'm going to the crib and go to sleep. See, we ain't young no more. We old. See, that's how old people do it now. Y'all young folks be thinking, all right, we going on a date. We get to get it in. No, we pick a certain date on the calendar for that. This ain't it. I got too much going on. No, I ain't doing this for cutting. This is just to hang out. So, let's get situated, then we'll get ready. Yeah, no date here yet. So let me call her and see where she at. All right, I'm gonna holler at you.